The Easter holiday impact on real estate. Big John Peterson here, Remax Realty Professionals. Welcome to the Market Minute for April the 10th, 2026. And saw some really interesting numbers and how the Easter long weekend, the Easter holiday impacted some numbers for this week. Really important if you're a buyer or seller and looking at the time of year that you're listing, selling. Also, if you are out there active in the market right now, why was activity maybe a little bit slower, or why were there more opportunities out there? We're going to show you the numbers. So over the last week, we saw that there were 353 sales, 790 new listings. Sales down, new listings up, people seeing that it's the spring. But also there's a lot of people that were on holidays or maybe took time with their family. And we saw that the actual number of sales are down. So if you're out there looking for a property, we see a little bit of a burst of activity in terms of new listings. Total listings were up over 5,800. Just a couple of weeks ago, they were 5,500. 300 more listings out there. So you see that as a fairly good increase in the number in terms of inventory. More properties for you to look at. If you're listing your property, what you want to do is get it listed just before Easter or wait till about a week after Easter, and then you're not part of all of that influx of new listings coming on. But as a buyer, you want to be out there. What we also saw, 68 conditional sales did fail. So 68 out of 353 total sales. So that number and ratio went up a little bit as well. 501 price adjustments. Coming into the spring, we're seeing that there's some markets that are really doing well. Other markets are staying relatively flat. So the price adjustments are still going on there in the market. 216 properties came off the market unsold. Now, what's going to happen is because there were fewer sales, more listings, the sales to new listing ratios have come down. The months of supply increased. I'm not going to go through each category, but what we typically saw is 0.1, 0.15 decrease in terms of sales to new listings. So whereas the number a couple of weeks ago was 0.6 of a sale, really good for every new listing. Now it's 0.45. Seems a little bit lower. You go, geez, does that mean something long-term in the market? No, it doesn't. It is a temporary thing directly attributable to the Easter holiday, Easter long weekend. Months of supply have increased by about a month right across the board. Again, temporary, because we look at this data week to week, it is an anomaly. So, whereas I'm a big numbers guy, statistics person, we look at it, we really give a lot of advice to our clients based on it. This last week, it's an anomaly, but it's also really important to understand why. And it's because of the Easter holiday, Easter long weekend. We're going to really look next week at what these numbers are. We should see them back on track. Takeaways: more listings coming on, more options for you as a buyer. Prices are not really increasing. They're not decreasing in general. What we're seeing is the price reductions are people that were trying to lead the market from a price increase point of view. We're not seeing that happen in most markets across Calgary and the surrounding area. There are still a few communities where we're seeing price increases and bidding wars. You want to see what those prices look like for your property. Homesaleprices.ca. You input the information on the property in terms of the address. 30 seconds later, it will give you a rough idea. Remember, it's a rough idea, rough estimate. We're here to answer those detailed questions for you. Take care. Have a great day. Send us your feedback on the Market Minute. Love to understand if there's something specific you'd like me to talk about, change what we're doing, or if you like it, let us know as well. Take care.